Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I've got a very interesting video for you today. This is a different style from most of my usual videos where I will be actually commenting on something that is going on right now in the Therian and or furry community. This one in particular does affect mostly Therians, but since it's about mask making, it really could be any of them. But this video is about dangerous mask materials and why you probably shouldn't own a mask business on Etsy. So let's get into it. Now, before I continue this video, your support means so much to me, and if you could hit that subscribe button and that like button on this video, I can get more tutorials, Therian, and furry content out for you guys every single day. So it would really help me out if you would hit those buttons for me. Now, let's get into it. Dangerous masks. So first of all, I make masks out of a bunch of different materials. I mean, this is my kind of standard style out of EVA foam and foam clay. But I also make masks out of paper and cardboard and all different materials. And so do a lot of you guys. And here's the thing. There are some materials that people are actively using in this community that are really not good to be using on masks. Either they're directly dangerous or they're really hard to work with and could lead to kids getting hurt if they were to copy them. There are so many different things that are going on with dangerous masks, and a lot of people are selling dangerous masks on Etsy right now. So I will talk to you about all of these things, but first let's start with some dangerous mask materials. So first and foremost, is cardboard and paper a dangerous mask material? No, I wouldn't inherently say so. The risk of molding really isn't as big as a lot of furries make it out to be. Fursuits and masks like this are way more likely to mold based on usage. But I'm not really going to talk about the mold thing with these paper and cardboard masks. As far as I'm concerned, the paper and cardboard ones are safe materials to work with. Now, they really aren't good materials to work with if you are planning on selling your masks, but we'll get into that later in the video, or in another video, depending on how much time I have. But when I'm talking about unsafe materials, I'm talking about things like sharp plastic and things that could cause physical harm, or if you breathe it in, it could cause harm. One of these main materials that I've seen people suggest to use a lot lately is kind of trying to waterproof masks. That's a thing that the community's been really pushing for a while, is waterproofing them. And to do so, some people have used some questionable things. Now, I've seen vegetable oil, I've seen shoe polish, and both of those things you should not use on your masks. See, the thing is, your mask goes right on your face. It goes where you breathe, through your nose and your mouth, and it goes near your eyes. And you do not want to damage any of those parts of your body. See, the reason that I don't even have masks that you can wear with glasses is because I know a lot of kids do quads in these masks, and I don't personally think it's safe to do quads in a mask and glasses, at least not one of mine. So don't use materials that you're going to inhale and cause harm, or that could break and cause harm if you were to fall. So shoe polish and shoe sealer for winter boots is a very bad thing to use on your mask. Mostly because that is for use on boots, and they are not supposed to go near your face, so chances are they're not supposed to be safe to inhale or kind of keep close to your eyes. Because inhalants like that, the chemicals coming off of it, could be very toxic if you were to breathe it in or to get near your eyes, because the last thing you'd want is to damage your eyesight from just making something with a mask. So do not use shoe sealer or waterproofer that is not meant for anything near your face, because that is not something you should probably be breathing in. Another unsafe material is any kind of paint or marker that has a toxic kind of odor. Alcohol markers on eye mesh is something that a lot of people don't really think about, but the fumes and the chemicals of the markers could potentially damage your eyes or be dangerous to breathe in. So alcohol markers, some kind of paints like oil paints, those are really not meant to go near your face. Different materials that can just cause harm should not be used for making your mask. Another few dangerous items that I've seen used is when it comes to eye mesh, because obviously most people tend not to prefer the mask like I have, where you can see my eyes through the eye holes. They like to have eye mesh, and that's kind of something hard to do if you don't have a lot of supplies at home. So people have resorted to using many things, and one of them is dryer sheets. don't use dryer sheets for eye mesh. I shouldn't have to say why, but there are just so many chemicals and fumes that should not go near your eyes or your mouth. Don't use those. But I've also seen people use plastic water bottles, which can be really sharp, and the last thing you'd want is for that to go near your eyes. And just avoid using sharp-edged things, please, because I don't want anyone's face getting cut up by plastic they use in their mask. Now, all of these things mentioned as unsafe materials for masks have been used in listings that I have seen actively on Etsy right now. Of all those materials and unsafe things, there are currently people selling them, which is by far one of the more dangerous things in the community, is not only making these masks, but making these masks and then selling them to other people. Making unsafe masks for yourself is one thing if you know the risks, but making them for other people, and let alone making money off of it, is just, I wouldn't do it. It just doesn't feel right. See, if you're going to sell masks on Etsy, you want to make sure your customers are going to be safe wearing your product. Because the thing is, Etsy is a business, just as any other business is. So you have certain things that you owe to the customer, which is, for one thing, keeping them safe with things you sell them. And if you happen to use something unsafe, at least disclose that that is what the mask is made out of, please. Because a lot of kids buy these masks, kids that don't really know any better, and who trust every seller to be fine. And it's just unfortunate there are some sellers out there who have these dangerous materials in their masks and still sell them anyway. Luckily though, a lot of these listings are further down the page and you're unlikely to find them, but still, make sure you do your research when you are going to purchase a mask, because there are some people who are straight up causing major harm because they are selling unsafe masks or masks that will just fall apart. It's a mess out there. In the end though, there are so many materials out there that you can make a perfect mask out of. Just make sure those materials are ones that are not dangerous, which is to say they won't damage your eyes, they won't damage your lungs, they won't damage your nose, they won't damage your mouth. Sorry, the mosquitoes are starting to come out. But listen, it's very fun to experiment with new supplies. Just please make sure they are safe before you put them on your masks. What materials do you make masks out of? What are your favorite materials of masks that you want to buy? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video and want more Therian and furry content every single day, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the like button on this video. I will see you next time.